Humans will always be curious about what it would be like to survive side by side with aliens on Earth. Are they friends or foes? Check out cMovieSpotlights, Sci Fi Alien Movies about aliens on Earth. Until we learn the truth, cMovieSpotlights shares the best from these aliens on Earth movies, and be sure to stay tuned to see what's in the top spot.
Shut up!
Recall is about a group of 5 friends who vacation at a remote lake house. On their way at a remote filling station, they have a bad encounter with a man, Wesley Snipes, who calls himself the Hunter.
You should leave.
Once, at the cottage, they explore and realize it's owned by the Hunter and that he was a former astronaut. The Hunter turns up at the secluded cottage and they suspect he's attack him. As Rob, played by Nico Pepage, runs to the car to grab a gun and sees an alien under the porch, he panics, and later the alien enters the house and Rob accidentally shoots Kara and turns on his friends. He is subdued and the rest of the friends dash for the car. Rob suddenly appears on the road and Charlie swerves to avoid him and crashes. They watch as Rob is abducted by the UFO. Unaware that planet Earth is under alien invasion where mass abductions are taking place, Brendan, played by RJ Nip, gets caught in a bear trap and Hunter saves him from a pursuing alien and they return to the cabin. Hunter ambushes an alien and kills it, explaining that he was abducted and experimented on by aliens years ago, and returned to Earth showing markings on his body and how he can move objects in anything.
I know that they've been here before, and I know they're coming back.
He shares that aliens have visited several times and have made enhancements to abductees. Since then, he's been on a mission to put an end to the alien abductions, while the group be taken onto the spaceship. Have you ever thought about what would happen if aliens were to rule over mankind? This is exactly what we see in Captive State, sitting in the number 6 spot after nearly a decade of occupation by the extraterrestrial force on Earth. It is 2027 and the world has surrendered to the alien legislators who have increased surveillance and the restriction of civil rights, have given rise to an authoritarian system and dissent amongst the human population. Aliens are able to vaporize anyone who does not fall in line. Set in Chicago, the story follows a man, Gabriel Drummond, played by Ashton Sanders, who participates in the conspiracy to rebel against the alien race that has invaded Earth and has forced strict marital law on all humans. Residents of the city are forced to decide between continuing under alien rule or supporting the resistance to overthrow the aliens. The humans are divided and we see Gabriel join the insurgency and under careful scrutiny from a shadowy figure, William Mulligan, played by John Goodman, who is trying to crush the rebellion and its plans for freedom. Mulligan watches over Gabriel in the hope for information on Gabriel's older brother Raph, played by Jonathan Majors, who is a leader of the resistance who is working toward a final worldwide rebellion against humanity's captors. The walking bomb, worn by Mulligan, of course undetectable by alien technology, becomes a Trojan horse as Mulligan meets with alien legislature. Will the resistance succeed, or has Mulligan tricked them all?
If we could all just look right here.
Just try.
At number 5, we have to have the Men in Black franchise on this list. So, we feature Men in Black International. As the title denotes, MIB have gone global, protecting the Earth from villains. But there is one thing to know. So too have the scum of the universe. As the MIB tackle their biggest threat to date, the secret MIB organization's newest recruit, Agent M, finds herself under the wing of decorated Agent H in London, when a shape-shifting duo of intergalactic assassins execute an alien aristocrat. Now, with a devastating super weapon of mass destruction hidden somewhere on Earth, the Men in Black leave no stone unturned to retrieve it, especially when the aliens can take the form of any human on Earth. But wait, there is a mole in the MIB organization, and with the heavy clouds of mistrust and the scent of betrayal envelope the once incorruptible agency, who could it be? Will the unlikely pairing of Agent H and M, as they embark on their globetrot, be able to save the agency?
To see me.
Dr. Banks?
Now that's a proper introduction.
Have you ever wondered how we would communicate with an alien? But of course we can't assume they speak our language. And this is exactly what Arrival explores at number 4. In this movie, a linguist professor, Louise Banks, played by Amy Adams, works with the military
You hear any words?
to communicate with alien life forms in their language as they witness 12 mysterious spacecrafts appear disappearing around the world, touching down. Banks, together with theoretical physicist Dr. Ian Donnelly, played by Jeremy Renner, are burdened with the impossible task to decipher a coded conversation with the intergalactic visitors, as the nations teeter on the verge of a global war, trying to interpret the intentions of the extraterrestrial visitors. Banks and the team race against time to find a way to communicate with the aliens and unravel the mystery. As attempts appear to be fruitless, does humanity even have enough vocabulary to understand the aliens' answer? As there is confusion over whether the alien's message is to use a weapon or use a tool, and then Banks takes a chance that could threaten her life and possibly all of the human race. Do you think aliens affect humans when they infiltrate suburbia? We see this in Dark Skies at number 2. The story follows the Barrett family, who are living a peaceful suburban life. The family witness strange happenings, waking up to see the contents of their kitchen rearranged into bizarre configurations, and all alarm entries to their home being set off simultaneously. More unusual occurrences befall the family. One night, Lacey, played by Carrie Russell, is awakened by the sound from her younger son, Sammy's room, played by Caden Rocket. Through the darkness, she sees a figure standing over his bed. She turns on the light to find an empty room, and the escalating series of disturbances follow, with Lacey, Daniel, and Jesse each suffering catatonic episodes and regaining consciousness with no memory of their experiences. Sammy is found walking away from the house but cannot remember leaving. Lacey is shocked when hundreds of birds suddenly crash into the house. Strange symbols are found on Jesse and Sammy's bodies, and when they come to learn, a terrifying and deadly force is after them, and after searching online for answers, Lacey learns of UFO reports and alien abductions which have arrived beyond the stars, reporting to be grey aliens after the chosen one. What will happen to the family? Before we reveal the movie Spotlight's pick of Sci-Fi Aliens on Earth movies, let me know in the comments you've subscribed to Movie Spotlights and I'll reply to you. We have in the number 1 spot Oblivion, in the epitome of what would happen in a post-apocalyptic world after aliens had taken over and wiped out the majority of the human race. We see this as Tom Cruise stars as Jack Harper, a veteran court marshal in his mission to extract Earth's remaining resources, as one of the few remaining drone repairmen assigned to Earth after the surface of the Earth is devastated due to decades of war with the alien scabs. The scabs destroy the Earth's moon for material resources, which has caused a series of natural disasters and global devastation, and the humans were forced to use nuclear weapons, leaving behind radioactive wastelands, so the entire human population has perished. In an interesting twist at the end, Harper finds himself questioning everything he knows about Earth and his mission, and puts the fate of humanity in his hands. If you enjoyed this movie, why not check out top space alien movies by clicking on the screen right now.